What's up, Coaster Crush Nation? This is Julie. I want to give a shout out to our 17 subscribers. We appreciate you. 2021 is here, and we want to grow the channel. What better way to grow than to release more content? For those that don't know, Brian, the brains behind this operation, works in a large metropolitan hospital that's been hammered with the sickest of the sick, which has left him with little time for other things. Thank you for sticking with us. 2020 had so many awesome new rides opening. We had trips booked to ride them all, but all that came crashing down due to COVID. Only 3 of those coasters opened in the US, the others were waylaid. But we did get to experience Orion at our home park, Kings Island, and the delightfully named Candymonium at Hershey Park. Texas Stingray at SeaWorld San Antonio opened before the pandemic hit, but since we visited SeaWorld in 2019, a typical small-scale GCI could not compel Brian to take us back to the Lone Star State so soon. We did ride the 2 B&Ms that opened in 2020, but they were nothing groundbreaking. Orion, being a Giga, had a nice first drop, speed hill, and a notable airtime element before the brake run. Nonetheless, in typical B&M fashion, they played it safe. The sideways hill after the drop produced nothing, same with the turnaround. The speed hill was easily the best part of the ride, but then you hit the heavily trimmed airtime hill, classic buzzkill. We thought Candymonium was a better ride, with better airtime throughout. As a standard B&M hyper, it was not earth-shattering, but it was still enjoyable. They are nothing if not consistent, and Candymonium is one of the best B&M hypers in the US, behind Mako, of course. So the rides that opened in 2020 were, for the seasoned coaster enthusiast, conventional rides. In contrast, the rides opening in 2021 are far from typical or ordinary, and promise to foment the best coaster class we've had in years. Here are the 5 most anticipated new coasters we will ride in the US in 2021. Number 5, a holdover from 2020, is Icebreaker, opening at SeaWorld Orlando. It is a Premier Rides family multi-launch, which is an extended version of their popular Skyrocket model. What this coaster lacks for in inversions, it makes up for in airtime. Sure, it could be argued that this ride looks like it ripped off Intamin's concept, but whatever. This will be a popular ride at SeaWorld, and it fills a hole in their lineup as the only thrill ride with a height requirement of 48 inches. A thrilling family coaster that the whole family can enjoy, with airtime and a top speed of 52 miles per hour, we are in. Number 4. Another 2020 holdover is the Jersey Devil coaster at Six Flags Great Adventure in Jackson, New Jersey. This ride is an updated version of the RMC single rail coaster prototype. Think Wonder Woman Golden Lasso coaster at Six Flags Fiesta, Texas, and Trailblazer at California's Great America. The above-mentioned rides have tremendous pacing with quick transitions and insane ejector airtime. Jersey Devil, for its own part, has a slightly longer single-row train than its counterparts and is longer in length than its predecessors. Sometimes more is more. Number 3, the only coaster that is not a holdover from 2020, is Velocicoaster at Universal Islands of Adventure in Orlando, Florida. This multi-launch Intamin, commonly known as the Blitz model, builds upon its predecessors, Maverick at Cedar Point and Cheetah Hunt at Busch Gardens, Tampa Bay, as well as the numerous critically acclaimed variations around the globe, such as Terran and Taiga, in Germany and Finland, respectively. Velocicoaster is the most heavily themed ride on the list. It is themed to the Jurassic World sequence where they released the Velociraptors. We think the concept is that the train follows the Velociraptors. What we do know is that the second half of the ride is going to be nuts. After a mild launch to get things going, riders will glide through an Immelman and a dive loop with some quick transitions and pops of ejector airtime. Where the ride shines is when it hits the second launch, accelerating to 70 miles per hour, quickly going up and over a 155-foot top hat, into a 100-foot long stall, into a wave turn, into an aggressive quick ejector outer bank, into a smaller wave turn, and then completing the journey with a bunny hop into a barrel roll over the water. Most years, this coaster would be number 1, but this is not a normal year. Number 2 is Iron Gwazi at Busch Gardens Tampa Bay, which actually was testing last March. Rocky Mountain Construction has done it again, with a plethora of enthusiasts comparing it to the hyper-hybrid monster Steel Vengeance at Cedar Point, which is arguably one of the top roller coasters in the world. Iron Gwazi is over 1,000 feet shorter in length and slightly taller and faster than Steel Vengeance, promising 0 dull moments. It boasts unique elements, such as flying down the beautiful barrel roll drop halfway through the ride, and old favorites, like the Outer Bank Airtime Hill and Wave Turn. This ride guarantees to be phenomenal. Finally, we are down to number 1 on the list, Pantheon at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. Originally slated to open in 2020, Pantheon is not getting as much love from the coaster community as the new coasters in Florida. It will be the sleeper hit of 2021, and there will, in our opinion, be consensus on this point once everyone rides all the new magnificent coasters. Intamin has taken parts of their new coasters, such as a high-speed switch track with forward and backward launches, signature top hat, and a beyond vertical drop, and thrown in RMC-esque elements, such as the massive Outer Bank ejector hill and a zero-G stall. This ride has all the makings of the most unique and best overall coaster opening in a star-studded 2021.